You know, when it's a beautiful Sunday morning and the sun is shining and you got nothing else to do, why, you should come over to the dark cave of Sage. That's right. Come over here. Hang out with Sage. Sunday morning with Sage. Live. Woo. Do you ever think about how crazy it is and bizarre and probably wrong it is that I can just stream into your living room onto your phone? Maybe you're in bed on your little phone and my face is just like 5 inches from your face. Like I'm just like something tunneling into your existence. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is Nat Keefe and hot buttered rum, baby. No, it's not. It's not Nat Keefe. No, of course not. You knew that. This is Craig MacArthur on the Rock Happy audio library of the YouTube. What is up, party people? I love you. Are you doing good? How are you? Are you all right? How is the pandemic of your existence treating you? Do you feel special? Do you feel like the earth gave you a little special bonus treat for being out here, for, showing up at the right place at the wrong time, where all the jobs are shut down? What do you think? Is it a conspiracy? What do you think? Do you think it was a man-made item? Do you think it came out of that Wuhan disease factory? Or do you think it was just some sort of bat? Just some sort of crazy bat experience in a wet market? If I owned a wet market, the first thing I would do is stop calling it a wet market. That's ugh. Ugh. There's down here in Fairlawn, there's a sushi restaurant called Fish Eye. I can't go. I just can't go. I love sushi, but I'm not going to a place called Fish Eye. I don't want to eat a fish eye. I don't even like thinking about fish eyes. Have you ever caught a fish? The creepiest part is its eye just staring back at you, and you got a hook in its mouth, and it's like, I'm a fish. It's messed up, man. All right, look, we need to get you guys in the right mood. I need you to watch this.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. Some extremely strong winds picked up these porta potties and threw them way up in the air.
Check this out. Here it goes. Watch. You ain't in Kansas anymore, porta potty. Woo! That porta potty going to the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Damn. Hold on to your kids.
Nobody was seriously hurt.
No one was seriously
Here's
hurt.
a really cool optical illusion.
Let's see this. Whoa! Did you just see that? Did you see that optical illusion? What is up with that? It looks like it's going uphill. This is the kind of entertainment that we like in our lives. Daily dose of internet, right here. This guy is wholesome, calming, yet mysterious and provocative.
This powerful laser is used to clean rust off pieces of metal.
I mean, look at that. It's cleaning rust off of pieces of metal. This thing is... What's up, Dale? This thing is crazy. It's crazy. Hold on.
This cat is 29 years old, but she still has the energy to demand pets when she wants them.
What do you want?
Pet, oh my God, 29 years old. That cat, he's like, I want to be killed. Kill me. I want to die. I'm 29 years old.
Oh, you want me to pet you?
No, I want you to throw me out the window one last time. That poor cat.
Have
Look
you
at
ever
how
seen a
jacked he up
starfish go
is.
for a walk?
Oh, my Lord. Microburst. Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
This ferret stole this camera and didn't want to give it back.
Ferret. There's so much going on in this, you can't even take it. You're like, you have a ferret? I mean, wouldn't that be enough? But no, this ferret wants to steal the camera. Anyways, if you're not familiar with Daily Dose of Internet, you gotta do it. It should be required by law. Glad nobody was in that porta potty. Yeah, right, Michelle? That was bizarre. Did you guys ever see the movie Jackass where Steve-O was flung into the stratosphere in a porta potty? Let me see if I can get you that. Not quite as wholesome. No, I'm not going to show you that. Poor guy. I mean, it's gross. It's gross. Never mind. If you want to see Steve-O in a porta potty being flung up into the air, you know where to go. Not here. I have standards. I do. So, what are you guys doing with your stimulus money? I want to know. Are you hurting? Are you starving? Are you doing okay? I need to know. Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Do you know that song? So we're in the camp of trying to save some of it for a rainy day. You know, so far we haven't lost any money. Now, that last recession in 2008, I got crushed. It gutted my business. And my business was never the same. And keep it PG. Yes. Who flung poo? Ooh, that's good. That sounds good. Who flung poo? You're using yours for a rental property. Okay. Yeah, isn't that a good song? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? That's good stuff. I don't know. Was that a Michael Jackson song? He had a lot of range. I have so many questions. Do you think Michael Jackson was screwing around with those kids? Or do you think he just liked kids? Okay, now there's two questions. What are you doing with your stimulus money? And do you think Michael Jackson was messing around with those kids? Macaulay Culkin says it was cool. Macaulay Culkin says, man, Macaulay Culkin on Michael Jackson. Here, let's just watch. There. Let's just bring it back, okay? Let's bring it back.
Macaulay Culkin was on the Inside of You podcast yesterday and talked about his friendship with the late Michael Jackson. He appeared in Michael's Black or White music video in 1991 and with a new documentary premiering on January 25th that will investigate the allegations of child molestation against Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Macaulay says there was nothing inappropriate about their friendship.
See?
It's almost easy to try to say, oh, it was like weird or whatever, but it wasn't, because it made sense. Like we were legitimate. Like
It made sense. These kinds of things make sense to people like Macaulay Culkin.
here's the thing: at the end of the day, we were friends. In the most simple,
And he was a child
kind of,
in many ways too. He didn't.
but also like we were just like, it's like one of my friendships that
All right. If I start asking you to let your 7-year-old come over to my house, just say no. Just say no. I don't care if it makes sense or not.
people question only because of the fact that he was the most famous person in the world. Like like I'm
They
friends with,
question
we're
it only because he's the most famous person in the world. Really, Macaulay? Macaulay, I'm not letting my 15-year-old boy come over to your house, okay? That's all I'm saying, bro.
friendly, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
when we're people wouldn't question that because we're friends.
Because we're in the same age.
You don't
range, though, I think.
you don't have to explain that also.
You're the same age. You're not the same age. He had a freaking zoo at his house. He was Michael Jackson. He was an adult.
So you don't have to explain your friendships to people.
You don't? I think there's a lot of priests that should be explaining their friendships with some people.
Like, I mean, seriously, how many friendships have you had to really explain to people?
I don't hang out with 7-year-olds, so I don't have to explain that part of my life, Macaulay. That's if I had 5 or 6 7-year-old boys over at my house, I would feel a little like I would need to explain myself.
Not many.
That's what I'm saying.
Not many. You wouldn't have to explain many of your relationships. I still think we deserve to know.
You know, it's just like
I think maybe do you think the age gap is probably why they question.
Oh, is it just the age gap? Oh, you know, it could be. I don't know why. I don't know why we'd want to question Michael Jackson and what he does with his, like, zoo animals and his freaking, he has a carnival over at his house and he brings over 7-year-olds. I mean, it could just be the age gap. I don't know.
Yeah,
Why would
exactly.
an older man want to? But only you would know.
Because what I said in the very beginning is that I was a peerless person. You know, I was like, yeah, like nobody else in my Catholic school even had like this much idea of what I was going through. You know, or what and like he was.
What does that have to do with anything? The conversation just went over to his Catholic school. So here's a Catholic school guy now hanging out with Michael Jackson. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. I was over at my Catholic school. Now I go hang over at Michael Jackson's. There's nothing wrong.
He was the kind of person who's like, yeah, been through the exact same freaking thing.
Been through the exact same freaking thing. This is not boding well for Michael Jackson. Okay, let's recap what we've learned so far. Macaulay Culkin, child actor, still looking a little crazy. I mean, just that still of him, it's hard to find him not looking crazy. Child actor, which I don't know any child actors because I live in Ohio, but I've heard that it's bizarre, and I've seen some child actors on TV and they're crazy. Okay, I'm not trying to stereotype all child actors, but Hannah Montana, just saying. Child star goes to Catholic school, and I don't know if any of you have heard this or not, but there's been, it's been pretty buried, but there's been some accusations that those Catholic schools aren't the safest places for kids either. In a Catholic school then, hangs out with Michael Jackson, and sees nothing wrong with it. It's fine. Why do we need to justify our friendships?
And wanted to make sure that like I wasn't alone in that kind of.
Was he fun?
He was awesome.
Was he fun? Was he fun? Yeah, he's Michael Jackson.
He was hilarious. He was sweet, and like people didn't know how funny he was.
I mean, yeah, that friendship made sense. The circumstances of it, the fact that, like obviously Michael was a child star, Macaulay became a child star.
Look, I was a child. Just because you were a child doesn't mean now it makes sense that you want to hang out with children. Like, I swam in a pool when I was 7, so, it makes sense. I bring over 7-year-olds, we swim in my pool. What is going on in the world? It does not make sense. Just because I, did something once when I was a child doesn't mean it makes sense for me to want to hang out with other children doing the same thing. That actually is not anywhere in the world making sense.
It is a little bit weird that Macaulay's saying, why do I need to explain a friendship? Well, yeah, I mean, the weird part of it was that Michael was whatever in his 30s.
Oh, you need to explain this to us? E.T. Canada. That's why. Why? Because look at him.
He was 32 and Macaulay Culkin was 10.
Right.
32 and 10. I mean, whatever. They look like a good couple. Look at them. Look at them. They look happy. They're sweet. They're rich. Their lives are so screwed up because of stardom. I don't know. Macaulay seems happy.
Right.
If that happened
So
today,
weird.
look what Drake went through when Drake's, was hanging around briefly at an event with Millie Bobby Brown.
Right. Yeah,
Imagine
yeah, mid-trade,
today.
yeah.
Imagine today if there was a 32-year-old pop star who took it upon himself to befriend a 10-year-old actor. Like, pick any 10-year-old
Yeah.
actor.
How about any 10-year-old? Just any 32-year-old picking any 10-year-old. I go over to the library and I hang out in the children's section, because I was a child once and I used to like these books. I mean, we got a lot in common.
It wasn't just hanging out on red carpets. Like, they were sleeping at his house. Like, they
Right.
were buddies.
Right.
Like, they
Buddies.
were the guy would be destroyed. You would lose your career.
Yeah.
There would be no going back from that. You
Right.
would be canceled immediately.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, and this time of atmosphere he would be. But yeah, I mean, that the friendship did make sense. Like, you understand.
Yeah, I mean, it did make sense. I mean, who is this guy? Was he a buddy of Michael Jackson? Look at this guy. I'm a little leery of this guy. I'm concerned that this guy is justifying the Michael Jackson, Macaulay Culkin thing that makes sense.
Understand Michael Jackson, his world, how he never really grew up in a way. Like, yeah, he was-
Yeah, I mean, he never really grew up. I mean, but he does have hormones and he's like a man and he I think his penis probably grew up.
That makes it even more weird.
Thank God this guy. Yeah, thank God this guy woke up. This guy, look at this guy. He's like, who am I talking to? What is going on in the world? He's like, I am on a stage with a guy trying to justify a 32-year-old and a 10-year-old hanging out. Look at this guy's eyes. He's like, what is happening? Look at that guy. I mean, don't be stupid. I mean, look at him in the back there. They're buddies. It makes sense. He was a kid once, and now Macaulay Culkin's a kid. It makes sense. I mean, I like kids. I was a kid. I like hanging out with kids. We have fun. We come over. We watch. We play video games. I like video games. Kids like video games. Jeez. That guy on the left is like, holy crap.
But Macaulay's saying nothing really happened. That's why it's going to be interesting
I'm not
to see
saying
how
anything
this
did happen.
No,
I'm just.
and that's the thing.
Weird.
It's going to be interesting.
It's weird, man. Yeah, thank God this guy is setting the record straight. If the other guy in the black leather jacket was running this place, we'd all be hanging out and having fun with 10-year-olds.
What Macaulay's response is, whatever this documentary ends up being,
Yeah.
that premieres next Friday, what he says about it. Nelson says, I have friends more than twice my age, even when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different if you're two adults.
But listen, a 32-year-old called up a 10-year-old
Thank God this guy is here.
and said, want to come over for a sleepover. And I'm
Yeah. You want to come over for a
not
sleepover?
saying anything happened other than it's weird.
Michael says
and it
that-
was
Look, that's the point. There you go. This guy on the left, I don't know what happened over at that ranch, okay? But I'm telling you, it's weird. Okay? It's weird. Look, you know who I like and really connect to? Beautiful women. I love them. I love the beautiful women. I love women in general. If I just started calling up women and be like, hey, you want to come over and we'll play some video games and you can spend the night? It's weird. There are relationships that are weird. And this is weird. And what's weirder is this dude laughing it off over here in the frickin' jacket. He's like, no, man, I mean, I did it all the time. I mean, it's not weird at all. In fact, I like to have 10-year-olds come over to my house, and I don't know why you're bad-mouthing me. Why do I have to explain my friendships to you?
It's always weird.
Michael says, I think MJ could have given Mac valuable guidance when dealing with child stardom.
Overnight, do you know when you give valuable guidance on the set, in public, you're at, I don't know. Okay, you know who hangs out with kids? Teachers. Teachers, we go to school, there's 10-year-olds and there's adults, and you offer valuable guidance. As soon as the teacher says, you know, we got a lot in common, you want to come over and hang out and spend the night? We got problems. We have problems. Never once did my kid's teacher ask for him to come over because they have a lot in common. Never. You don't come over and spend the night to share life stories with a 10-year-old.
Yeah, Rebecca says they were amazing friendship, love both of them. Nelson says, no, it's not weird. So everyone's on Michael's side.
Everyone's on Michael's side. No, dude. No. Just you. This is wrong. This is wrong, bro.
I'll tell you, that person that said it's not weird does not have a 10-year-old.
Thank God. I'm so thankful there's one person with sense on this show. This guy. Thank God. Yeah. Like, literally, the only people that think this makes sense are people that love Michael Jackson and pedophiles. Those are the only people.
At home. I have a 9-year-old at home.
True.
If my 9-year-old was hanging out with her 32-year-old friend.
Velvet says he was odd, but dude, he killed it in music, even in death. Ann says the kid that MJ abused, his family got the money, and later he told he wasn't.
Wait, he did abuse a guy? He actually abused a kid. I don't even know that story. Is that true? Like, Michael Jackson legitimately did abuse a kid? Oh.
True, that was his parents. Yeah, so that's the whole thing about this documentary. We're not sure who the people in this documentary that are talking, because, the two people that did accuse him of stuff later came out and said it didn't happen. So, it's next Friday.
It didn't happen.
Wow.
I don't know. Look. Okay. Did you guys watch? Why is there 9 comments and I can't see them? Stimulus. You haven't gotten your money yet. Okay. Sturgill Simpson was diagnosed with the sickness. Yeah. Who is Sturgill Simpson? I need to go look that up. I did hear that. Let's go see. Sturgill Simpson. Why did sound in the... What is going on? Why did I go to Sturgill Simpson official website? And this is why Wikipedia exists, because that website sucks. Okay, Sturgill Simpson, an American country singer, songwriter, and actor. As of September 19th, he was released 4 albums as a solo artist. All right, Sturgill, good job. Apparently, let's see, cancels entire tour. Cancels entire tour. Country star Sturgill Simpson has canceled his A Good Looking tour, including a stop in Columbus. Simmons was scheduled to perform with special guest Tyler Childers at Nationwide Arena May 25th. That's been canceled. As incredibly disappointing as it is announced, A Good Looking Tour 2020 is officially canceled. Okay, so you can't go see him. But right here, Rolling Stone. Wait, this was 3 weeks ago. Almost 1 month without any symptoms, I received a call from the Nashville CDC stating that my test results had a positive detection. So he's tested positive in a lengthy Instagram post. The Sound and Fury artist writes the diagnosis on Friday after nearly a month of not exhibiting symptoms. How about that, right? Like these not exhibiting symptom thing. So I don't know what I'm allowed to say in my family, but there have been people in my nuclear family that have been sick, okay? I'll use my kid because I just, he doesn't have any rights. If I tell him to come over and hang out at my house, because we have so much in common, he does what I say. He does what I say. I want to try and get over to that documentary about that crazy family that let that psycho sleep with their daughter down in the basement. Look, it's just going to be one of those. Hi, Sue. How are you? Okay. Early on, I think February, March, something like that, my kid comes down with a fever. Mid-March, comes down with a fever. Okay? And a cough and the whole thing. And, you know, we don't test for these kinds of things. We just sit around worrying. That's what we do. And had a cough for a month. He went on antibiotics. I don't know that the antibiotics helped. Just the whole thing. Now, it went away. 2 or 3 days ago, a fever comes back and he's congested again. And then, come to find out, COVID-19 symptoms, like 40 days or something, right? Let's see. Yeah, check this out. Check this out. He was symptom-free, but the coronavirus stayed in his body for 40 days. By his second day in the hospital with COVID-19. Charles Pignall. Mild cough and 102-degree fever had disappeared. Bored and bouncing off the walls of his room in isolation ward of Singapore National Center for Infectious Disease, he felt like he'd go out and play a set of tennis with Michael Jackson. I mean, Michael Jackson and him have a lot in common. The 42-year-old footwear executive told his mother on the phone, I'll be out of here in a couple days. Yeah, but Pignall would test positive for the coronavirus for 5 more weeks. Despite developing no further symptoms. He wasn't released until the 40th day after he first fell ill, when he finally tested negative 2 whole days in a row. This guy's getting all the tests. They just test this guy left and right. I haven't seen a test in Ohio for months, and this guy's got all the tests. Cases like his are coming under increasing scrutiny as medical researchers worldwide puzzling over why the coronavirus, which typically lasts about 2 or 3 weeks in the body, appears to endure longer in some patients, even relatively young, healthy ones. So, I don't know, man. Fever just came back. He got the thing. I mean, he got a fever again. So, I don't know. My mother-in-law, her doctor said when they get the antibody test to see if you have it, he's definitely making a recommendation to see if she had it, because maybe she had it. We don't know. Literally, it's the #1 conversation at the dinner table here at our house. Do you think we have coronavirus? And literally every night it's different. Well, not every night. I mean, it's usually yes or no. But it changes. It changes. Some days we're like, no way, we don't have it. And then we're like, yep, totally had it. Totally had it. I don't know. You guys think you had it? Anybody think they had the coronavirus? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. Did you guys see the documentary? Okay. I love about mom and dad letting daughter sleep with man. Okay, this is it. Yeah, here we go. Google's so amazing. There it is. Look at this creepy creep. Wow. Yeah. Did you watch this? Abducted in Plain Sight? Here, let's just watch a preview of this. Abducted in Plain Sight. Okay. Let's just watch a video. Is there a trailer? Yeah, here it is. Watch this.
Mr. Birchhold had such an effervescent, wonderful personality. We became very good friends.
He was so engaged with the kids, too.
Oh my God.
Really was fun.
I have not watched the trailer since I watched the show. This is creepier than ever now.
He could give me a great feeling about myself.
Dude, we just had so much in common. He just made me feel so good.
I was attracted to him.
Yeah, I mean, he was fun. Everybody loves him. Do you see any, like... Oh, never mind. Did you guys watch this? Look at that freaky... Dang it. I just pressed the wrong button.
He had such an effervescent,
Sorry.
wonderful personality. We became very good friends.
Look at that guy. Look at that. Look at that face. Let it burn into your soul. That creepy face.
He was so engaged with the kids, too. I mean, he really was fun.
I mean, he was really fun. I mean, he had like he had like zebras, and he had like, I mean, it was fun. He was just fun.
Me a great feeling about myself. I was attracted to him.
Literally, do you see any connection to this guy and Michael Jackson? Do you see it?
Jan Broberg and Robert Berchtold had an unnatural relationship.
Unnatural. Yep, that looks unnatural to me. I mean, that's an unnatural picture right there because that's not her dad or her uncle. I mean, I wouldn't even touch my niece like that. I would not, at that age, there is not a picture of me and my niece sitting like that. Look at that hand on his leg. It's like that freaking freaky picture of Donald Trump and his daughter. God.
I loved him
Those are not his kids. Okay? Look at that.
as deeply as I've ever loved anyone.
My brother was always a sexual pervert.
Oh my God, he made that picture. Oh, move
He always
on.
did like his little girls.
Damn. Damn.
Berchtold said, I want to take Jan out horseback riding. When she didn't come home, I was a little nervous.
Okay, these parents, this is going to be a good juxtaposition of trying to understand people that we don't understand and find compassion for psycho parents that, like, they went out horseback riding and when they didn't come home for like 2 days, I got a little concerned. And they enter this guy, he's like, holy shit.
It was a nationwide search.
Jan went with me voluntarily. They bring in aliens and mind washing.
The mission was that I was to have a child that would save the alien planet by the time I turned 16.
So that's what the guy was telling her, the girl. He's like, look, you're going to save the planet. You're going to have a child, and it's going to save the planet. You're telling that to this, like, little girl.
The Brobergs say the attacks still continue.
If you're laying a trap for me, I'll kill you.
His number one goal was to seduce Jan Broberg. And if he had to destroy the family, he would do it.
There'll never be anybody for me but Jan. Never.
Where does that video come from? Who's shooting that creepy video? Is that real footage? Abducted in plain sight. Okay. All right. So, look. As I get older... Stop it. I'm good. Stop. As I get older, my thinking gets simpler. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay? Look. I'm not saying Michael Jackson didn't have problems. Okay? I think he was tortured. Not physically tortured, mentally tortured, never had a childhood, was probably just considered just money, you know? I don't know. I'm not an expert in the Michael Jackson thing. So I'm not angry at Michael Jackson for wanting to have Macaulay Culkin come over because he feels such a kindred spirit to Macaulay Culkin, okay? We just can't allow our kids to go over to Michael Jackson's house or this guy's crazy house. We can't do it. We can't allow it. All right? So, I'm not going to tell you how that abducted in plain sight plays out because I don't want to ruin it for you. But that young girl just was surrounded by insanity. Insanity, okay? And there was no one to look out for her, okay? And Gary was different. He was that clown. Hey, Alec, what's up? Super creepy, right? Yeah. Gacy. Yeah, Gary, I'm sorry. Gacy. Yeah, Gacy. He was crazy too, right? So look, I am now of the mindset that we don't have to be angry at people, okay? I don't know why people do a lot of things, okay? Did you guys see the cardinal who helps transvestite sex workers? I love just being able to type junk like this into Google. And it knows what I'm talking about. I see now. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Well, it was on, I posted it on Facebook. Let me go get this article. Hold on, it's worth it. So here, I'll tell you the story as I hunt this down. So there is this cardinal high up in the Vatican, okay? High up in the Vatican. And, okay, here it is. And he is appointed by the Pope. And the article was, Pope's Robin Hood wired money for food to struggling transgender sex workers. Cardinal Konrad Krajewski, who is responsible for doling out charity in Pope Francis' name, said the acts of kindness was normal for the church. So, when the coronavirus lockdown left a group of transgender sex workers in a beach town near Rome without work, they turned to a local Catholic priest to help buy food. But his parish's resources were already stretched by the health crisis, so the priest turned to the cardinal known as the Pope's Robin Hood, who runs the Vatican Charities. He wired money to the parish for them. I don't understand why this is getting so much attention, said Cardinal Krajewski. This is ordinary work for the church. It's normal. This is how the church is a field hospital. Let me read that sentence. That blew my mind, that sentence. This is how the church is a field hospital. Krajewski, whose formal title is Papal Almoner, or distributor of alms, said the sex workers most likely were undocumented, making it difficult for them to seek help from Italian state welfare offices. Everything's closed. They don't have any resources. They went to the pastor. They could not have gone to a politician or parliamentarian, and the pastor came to us. Okay, so here we have sex workers who are transvestites, okay? Now, if you're going to judge a sex worker, I would think that the people, sorry, my dog, it's very dangerous around here. There's people walking down the street, sometimes with other dogs. It's chaos, so my dog has to protect us. So, I don't know how you feel about sex workers, prostitutes, whores. I don't know how they prefer to be regarded. But I think a lot of people judge them like, you're ruining marriages. You're ruining families. It's ungodly. You shouldn't be having sex unless it's to make babies for Jesus. Okay? You shouldn't be having sex at all unless you're married and you're going to have babies. Okay? So you got that. So obviously it's a sin to be a sex worker. Then you add on to it transvestite sex worker. So that means it's a guy, I'm assuming, pretending to be a woman who I would imagine is not fooling anybody. So now you have people that are interested in hiring people that are men that look like women. Okay? So now you're taking the twisted position of now it's not even just sex for money and fun. It's like really kinky, like transvestite sex. And then they're illegals. And Italy is so pissed off with illegals. They're so mad at illegals. So mad. So mad at illegals. So now you have illegal transvestite sex workers, and the guy that is put out by the Pope comes down and helps these people out. And he's like, I don't even understand why this is a story. And the reason it's a story is because we little people, us regular people, are surprised when anybody helps anybody. It's so amazing that anybody helps anybody. It's a story. So when you take somebody that you're supposed to at least judge very heavily, and the guy who is called the Pope's Robin Hood comes down and hooks them up with food, your brain is like exploding out your ears. You're just like, what is going on? What is going on? You have been trained so much for self-preservation and judgment that when this happens, you're like, I can't take it. I cannot understand what is going on here. Oh my gosh, why can't I see the doggone comments? You bought a washing machine, Dale. That's wonderful. Yeah, let's see. Haven't gotten any money from anywhere. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I'm caught up enough. Okay, good. So I love, and then it goes on. They tell another story about this guy. This is the guy right here. He's one of the youngest cardinals in the world. Said it was what Jesus would have done. And it's not the first time the Polish cardinal has made the news for his sometimes unorthodox ways of distributing the Pope's charities. Last year, he clambered down a manhole hole, broke a police seal, and reconnected electrical circuit breakers to restore electricity to hundreds of homeless people, many of them immigrants, probably illegal, living in an occupied building in Rome. Although Krajewski ran afoul of then Interior Minister Matteo Salvini and his anti-immigrant policies, like I said, they hate immigrants over there, an Italian newspaper dubbed him the Pope's Robin Hood. So, what do we do with that? For me, it allows me to just dig deeper into, I'm interested in the people hate. I love thinking about the people hate. I love it. And most people aren't ready. Like every time I bring up pedophiles, everybody's like, oh no, Sage, pedophiles should rot in hell. What do you know about pedophiles? You some sort of pedophile expert? You're some psychological expert that understands the mind of pedophiles? And so you have determined that they deserve our hatred and lifetime scorn? The Pope, and I am not Catholic. I've decided I'm a scientist. I'm not a scientist. I'm into scientism. My religion is science, okay? Look, I can't know for a fact that Elon Musk shot a convertible to Mars, but I believe it because a lot of people saw it. I saw some pictures. And if you're going to believe in, all the stuff you believe in, I would say that on a scale of craziness, mine is a little less crazy than yours. I'm not judging your stuff, by the way. I'm just saying if I say my religion is science and I believe that it is the true word of God, science is literally the word of God and math is the language of God, I would ask you not to judge me, because I don't judge any of the crazy crap you believe. And I am very spiritual, and I think I do believe in God, but I don't think I can explain to you what God is. We got to get rid of judgment, people. We have to get rid of judgment. Look, I know a pedophile. He's spending life in prison. And I'm here to tell you, he was my best friend in elementary school. And as is often common, he was molested himself. Now, when my mom was still alive and I told her this, her first response was, how did we not know? You see, it wasn't like, oh, Tim, what a terrible human being. It was, how did we not know this was going on in his life? I was at his house every single day when this was going on. Okay? When you know someone, it changes everything. When you don't know someone, you feel free to judge them forever. Drug addicted losers, scum pedophiles, thieves, murderers. It is like the favorite pastime of humans to judge everyone. And I'm here to tell you that the judgment does not help. In fact, it makes it worse. Because what it does is it buries them. People that are judged and hated by society go underground. And you can't work with them. You can't work with them. Because they know they're hated. Are there evil people in the world? Yes. And we usually call them politicians. Politicians are truly evil. Not all politicians, but you can't go wrong thinking a politician is evil. You just can't. They're self-serving, conniving liars. Politicians cannot ever be idealistic. It's just the system of politics, okay? And you see how this is, I'm going to start walking back my judgment and hatred, okay? If you want anything done as a politician, you have to compromise. You have to decide if you're a true idealist, okay? So let's say I become a politician and I still, my main cause is homelessness, okay? And I want to start bringing porta potties to homeless camps. Now, and let's say I'm on city council in Akron, Ohio, okay? Now, I come up and I'm like, hey, I want to start legislation where we put up porta potties at homeless camps. It's going to help everybody. It's going to make our city cleaner. It's going to be basic humanitarian stuff. It's not going to cost much. It's going to really help. Nobody's going to vote for it. Nobody's going to vote for it because they're just going to judge homeless people. They're going to be like, those losers should get into the housing that we have plenty of. So, they don't understand the system. They don't understand how it works. They've been told there's plenty of housing by people and they want to believe that. And so you believe what you want to believe. It's how you do it as a human. You believe what you want to believe. You want to believe the earth is flat? Then that's it. It's flat. It's flat. You want to believe there's housing for everybody? Then you believe it. Move on. Case closed. They're just not taking them up on that offer. But I really want it. In 4 years, I want to make it a policy if there are homeless people that we need porta potties near homeless people. Okay? So I'm the only one. There's 13, is it 13? 13 council people. You know how I get it done? I horse trade. So let's say there's another politician that wants to not allow a, okay, there was a thing, there was a small market that on the east side of Akron that wanted to offer U-Haul rentals. It was just a mom and pop store, and city council was against it. Now, as an entrepreneur, I'm like, what are you, nuts? I thought you wanted to start businesses here in this town, and you're shutting down this guy that wants to rent U-Hauls? Are you mad? Are you insane? Do you really want what you want? What you say you want? But I go to one guy. I go to Swirsky. I'm like, hey, Swirsky. And it's close. Let's say it's like 6-7. Okay? And I'm the turning vote. And I'm like, hey, man, I'll vote no on that U-Haul deal if you would support me on my porta potty deal. And there you go. You become a conniving liar. Because then you're like, look, we can't have, and then you have to stand up and you have to support Swirsky. You know, you have to be like, hey, you know, look, there's going to be too much traffic going on that spot. I went down there, I saw it. There's too much traffic. There's not a good place for U-Haul trucks. We just can't have it. And I become that guy. I become the lying, conniving, evil SOB. It's how you it is politics. Okay? So you don't need to hate politicians. You just have to understand who they are. They're lying, conniving sons of bitches. That's all. It's literally the job description. So, the new pope, he said it before. He's like, who am I to judge? Now look, somebody should have protected Macaulay Culkin. If Macaulay said, look, I am mother effing Macaulay Culkin. I love Michael Jackson. I want to go over to his house. As his dad, I would say, okay, if Michael lets me go, we can go. How hard is that? How hard is it for you to step up as a parent and say, all right, look, let's compromise. When you're over at Michael's house, I'm over at Michael's house. I don't know if Michael is doing things wrong, but I want to make sure you're safe. I don't need to judge Michael. I don't need to judge anybody. But I would say this, if you want to go over to Michael's house, I'm coming with you because you know what? I like zebras. And I like Ferris wheels. And I like Michael Jackson. And if Michael Jackson and I have a special relationship, that's on me. You and Michael, not having a special relationship, okay? When you turn 18, you go over to Michael's house. Or would he give him something to live for, maybe? I don't know. Okay? We step in and help. This Abducted in Plain Sight documentary, that girl had no one. It doesn't matter that the guy, it was a psycho and loved little kids. It doesn't matter. There have been researchers that have said it is something that you're born with. Or in my friend's case, I think it was a trauma that he got when he was sexually molested himself. You don't need to be angry at that person. You just have to protect your kids. Okay? That young girl had no one to protect her. And I really want to tell you why. But everybody fell down there. But the documentary does a pretty good job of explaining how that happens. We have to stop judging people. When we judge them, we can't work with them. It is so simple. It is the most basic, rudimentary thing. We've been having a discussion about trash with homeless people on Facebook. And some people are like, it's so disgusting. I went to this camp and it's so disgusting. We are not under attack. Dogs think we're under attack. It's so disgusting. I went to that camp and it's so disgusting. Well, you know what? Those people live in the Middle Ages. Rocky pointed this out to me this morning. I would love to see you without a car, without being able to afford trash bags, really, and without trash service, see how long it is until you just start throwing trash into the street. It's the Middle Ages. When we had our tent village, it was 50 people plus anybody that wanted to come to the day center. And we had a dumpster, one of the biggest ones that you get, the truck goes. Blah. We dumped that twice a week and multiple trips a week to the cardboard recycling. Filled to the brim with my pickup truck. Trash was a huge issue. So you take homeless people that are living in the woods with no money, no trash bags, no trash service, and being hated, and you tell me if you could do any better. You tell me if you could make your area clean perpetually while everybody hates you and judges you. Do you think the people in the Middle Ages were just assholes? That they just hated everything and they're like, screw it, I'm going to throw my piss out the window, I'm throwing my trash out the window. There was no place to take the trash. I just put a call out. I called out several council people and the Department of Health and the mayor to ask them to bring a dumpster down there. Do you know what's going to happen? They're not going to bring a dumpster. All they're going to do is judge those people. They're dirty, no good, disgusting homeless people. Cuomo called the subways in New York where the homeless people are sleeping because they have nowhere to sleep disgusting. The subways are disgusting. What he means is that homeless people are disgusting. You would be disgusting if you had to live like they live. They are not disgusting. We're disgusting. You want to badmouth and judge people? Judge us. Judge me. Because we turn our back on these people. We don't give them a goddamn thing. We don't give them water. We don't give them porta potties. We don't give them hand washing stations. We don't give them trash service. And we judge them as disgusting. We're the evil. We are the evil. It's not the pedophiles. It's not the mentally ill. It's not the addicted. It's not the homeless. It's us. We're the evil. But we don't want to look in the mirror, so we turn it on them and judge them. And don't ever take a second to think about how their position is in life. Because we don't give a damn. I got mine, bitch. All right, I gotta go. Sunday Morning with Sage never turns out the way I want. I've been low on my antidepressant. I got the wrong prescription amount. I was on 40s and somehow I got prescribed 20s and now I'm getting angry. See? Look, that's why I'm angry. Because my prescription is a little off. So hopefully you will not judge me too harshly. Hopefully you will take a moment to understand where I'm coming from. My great hope is that you try, at the very least, to not judge. And if you really want to be a superhuman, try to understand. I don't know if that's possible for most people to have that kind of empathy. And I don't even know that the people are filled with so much anger and hate. And I don't judge them for it either, because I feel it. I feel it. Why am I filled with so much anger and hate? It's chemical imbalance. That's all. I blame it on different things, but mostly it's a chemical imbalance, because when my chemicals are right, I'm usually very happy. Very happy. So you can't even judge the judgers. Okay? All right, people. I love you. You're wonderful. I'm so thankful for you. I don't know how to turn this thing off. I don't know how. Where is it? Where is it? Stream. Where do you turn it off? Oh, and okay. You're wonderful. Take care. See you later.